What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It is Monday. My name is Joe, just your average Joe hanging out. Getting ready to pull some orders, go over some eBay stuff with y'all, see what's going on. I do have a couple things I do actually want to go over today. I found something out here, which is hopefully can help some of y'all from time to time. And then, yeah, we'll get into sales and see what we got. So I think we had a big weekend. We had a big weekend and a big week. Not a ton of sales, but the dollar amount was where we need to be. So that worked out wonderful. So we'll go over all that here in a bit. We'll take it one thing at a time. But appreciate you guys hanging out. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. I try to do this regularly. Again, I'm just your average Joe. I've been reselling for 8 years full time, but I've been on eBay selling stuff since 2000. So I've been around eBay a long time. Been online selling stuff a long time. So I know a thing or two, and hopefully I can share that with you. Share some nuggets along the way and help you guys out. So and of course, drop comments. Let me know anything you see that can help me out. So I'm always open to try some new things as well. Having said that, putting listings or pictures on your phone, so when you're out and about doing stuff during your idle time, is an awesome way to make sure that you keep listing things on eBay even when you're out and about. So like Saturday, me and my wife went down to the beach for the night. So Friday, I think it was Friday afternoon, I was taking a bunch of pictures of just, a bunch of the inventory that I picked up over the weekend from yard sale stuff that I had already got processed and whatnot. So I went ahead and got a bunch of pictures, got them loaded up on my phone. So my wife and her sister like to hang out and tan, and I go out and hang and swim a little bit and hang out, but then I'm ready to take it back to the house because I'll fry up pretty good. So while they tanned longer and enjoyed the beach, I went back to the house or the apartment we were staying at, and just kind of did my thing, list some stuff on eBay. I already had my pictures, so I was ready to go. With that being said, I had two big sales over the weekend, which is great, which really helped me hit my goal. Otherwise, I think I would have been just right at goal, which is not bad. If any of y'all have not been with me before, my goal is 100. My goal is 200 a week. My bare minimum, or 200 a day. Sorry, 200 a day. Bare minimum 100. But my goal is 200 a day. It works for me and my family, especially with the other streams of income that we have through Facebook. I do Facebook Live, sports memorabilia. I sell autograph, mainly football helmets, but I do have some other things like basketball, entertainment, things like that. So anyway, we do that. We have a thrift store. We got a lot of things happening. So for what we do here on this channel for eBay specific, try to be as transparent as possible, that's my goals here. So not crazy outlandish, but that's what we got going on here. So I've got about 700 listings on eBay. Yeah, so that's that. And my niche, I would say, if you haven't been around, is mainly games, video games, and things like that. But I pretty much pick up anything. I mean, I've got a Chucky blanket here, so I mean it's like $20, but it's just not that time yet. It'll sell come Halloween time. But anyway, at my inventory system, if you're new with me, is organized by category or type of item, sort of. And then it's just kind of organized chaos. But for the most part, where I'm at with the amount of items that I have and my sell-through rate, I can manage very well with my somewhat organized self. So it looks like organized chaos in the background probably, but it works. So like games, Xbox games are here, PlayStation games are there, just miscellaneous things I can see that all the systems are on top. I got bins of things that have just miscellaneous, which and then I've got bins of things that are more categorized, like controllers and electronic parts and whatever. So plushes, plush animals, stuffed animals, backpacks. I do backpacks, just any kind of category. Clothes, I got racks of clothes. So kind of keep things somewhat categorized for the most part. Usually do pretty good at finding things pretty quickly, but you see me raw. This is raw and unedited as well. So if it's the first time you're joining, this is how I do it. It's all raw, unedited. It's just me here in the garage, just your average Joe, shooting from the top of my head, and hopefully helps y'all out along the journey. So I'm here doing it anyway. Might as well share it, right? So I'm not the other way around. I don't do social media to. Anyway, we won't go there. But anyways, let's get to some orders. Actually, let's get to a little tidbit nugget that I just found out. So if you're not familiar, well, recently I picked up. Let me start over. So recently I picked up some CPAP machines. If you don't know what CPAP machines are, they're medical devices for like snoring and things that people use. Because I'm in a military town, they're giving out like candy. So anytime you're at like yard sales or you do storage units or come across stuff from military folks, a lot of times you're gonna come across CPAP machines. Um, so in the past, I've been able to sell them. I usually can pick them up super cheap, 20, 30, 40 bucks, pretty cheap, you know, 10 bucks, whatever. Normally in the past, I've been able to kind of work around eBay, put them up on eBay and sell them for like 300, give or take, depending on the model, $200 to $300, give or take. Obviously it's a no-no. Obviously it's against their policy, but the way you word things, the way you list it, the way you categorize it, you know, things like that can help kind of hide it a bit, but also have it where people that are looking for it need it, that can find it and get it. Because ultimately these things are, if you could try to go get a refurbished one, they're like $400+. The brand new one's like $1,000, you know, if they're not covered through insurance. So there's people that need these things. And so, you know, I do pick them up. I have picked them up and I have done that through eBay. And, you know, I have had the items taken down and I have had my eBay suspended for like 24 hours. So I've gone, like I said, I've been doing this since 2000. So I've gone through a lot of stuff in my 24 years on eBay. But so I've gone through all that stuff before. So I've been successful at selling. I've been not successful at selling those things. Just came saying all that to kind of lead up to say I just picked up 2 more at a yard sale for 30 bucks for the pair, I believe it was. Yeah, 15 a piece. The whole setup, I just checked the hours on them. One's got 55 hours, the other one's got 480 hours. So those are super low on hours. If anybody knows anything about CPAPs, those are the 55 hours basically brand new. But anyway, the whole nine, the case, the masks, the tubing, obviously anybody buying it, I would highly recommend, if you buy third party, like on eBay or from eBay, you always sanitize or just toss those items, get new masks and tubes, because you can get those too. But anyway, eBay's been really good. Maybe y'all can help me out. Maybe y'all know something I don't know, but I've tried to list these things now for over the last 2 weeks on both of my eBay accounts, and every single way that I've done it in the past, every way that I've thought of maybe a new way, I've looked at some other folks that have squeaked theirs through to how their listing is worded, because they do still sell on eBay occasionally. There are the ones that squeak through, and there are sales of them on eBay. You know, if it squeaks through the AI now, I don't know how it worked before, probably just word. I'm assuming that's why it's more complicated now or harder to do now, because before it was word play, so, and category play, and you could usually get through it pretty easily. You know, they would still catch it from time to time, but for the most part, I had pretty good success in the past. This go around, I think they're using AI, and I haven't done this in a while. It's been probably 2 years or so maybe since I've picked up CPAPs. I don't normally pick them up usually, but these were like, they look nice. Usually they look kind of janky. The cases are janky, so I don't normally mess with them. But that may change because of something I just found out, and I'll get to that in a moment. But these were like mint. They looked great, and obviously based on the hours, they both were. So anyway, so yeah, I think the AI is what's kind of catching. Obviously, I know you're not supposed to sell that stuff. So then I switched over to Facebook Marketplace. I was like, you know what? Okay, I won't mess with eBay no more. I'm not trying to put my account at risk, or either one of my accounts at risk. So let me put it over on Marketplace. Well, Marketplace has been up for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I've gotten hits on it, but today, I think somebody yesterday that was interested in it ended up like reporting it, because this morning that person blocked me after we were supposed to meet in a town like 30 minutes away. And they were super, just like, they were typing and talking, and like, it wasn't just like a bot, like it was a person on the other end, and we were having full conversations about the thing. And then next thing you know, I wake up this morning and I've got a thing from Marketplace saying your thing's been removed for, you know, not approved items, and that, which I get that as well, but Marketplace is way more wide open, Wild West style, so it's easier. I think my lady's here. Give me a second. Hold on a second. Hey, do you mind coming back after? Are you doing actual mail now? Are you doing actual mail now? Do you mind coming back after? That's fine. That'll work. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got like probably 10 or 12. Not big ones, but I'm going to have like 10 or 12. Within the hour. Yeah, it won't be long. Yeah, I'm working on it now. So. All right. Well, there's that. So I gotta speed this up. Yeah. So that's that. So yeah, the CPAPs. So as far as the CPAP goes, so Marketplace took it down. Everything's, as far as the Marketplace goes, I can't put it up on well, I don't want to put it back up on Marketplace because it said the same thing. Your account is at risk of being shut down if you basically posted it again or whatever. So I was like, okay, I use Marketplace way too much. And I've had it shut down before, and I was able to put an appeal in because they thought I was a bot because I was doing too much stuff basically on it, and not, I guess, replying enough and things like that. So they reviewed my account, opened it back up, and everything's been fine. That happened last year. But with the whole Marketplace thing, I'm like, you know what? It's inconvenient to have to switch accounts and then search stuff on Marketplace and then switch accounts back to my regular account. And it's just easier just have it all there and not have, so I just took it off Marketplace too. So then I started going down the rabbit hole of who buys CPAP machines, right? Online. And I found a company. I didn't do a ton of digging, so I may do a little bit more digging and seeing their company offers. But the first company I went to, I did find. I just Googled it, CPAP, who buys CPAPs. I forget the name of the company, but I called them up. They said, yeah, we do. Send us the serial information, send us the hours on it and the models, and we'll let you know via email what the offer is on it. So I did the serial number, I checked the hours and sent it. They sent me back. They'd give me $150 for the two machines that I have. They don't need the cases. They don't need the power supplies. They would like them, but they don't need the cases or power supplies, just the units, $150. So I was like, I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm kind of two things. I'm saying, bump that, right? F that. I can get more out of it if I take the risk, right? But then the other part of me is, you know what? It's not worth the risk anymore at this point. I do this way too often. It's full time for me. I don't want to have to be inconvenienced of starting a new account, different account, go back to my it. So I'm seriously contemplating keeping the two cases because I can sell those. Those sell for about 20-25 bucks. They're super clean. And then the one power supply sells for like 20 or 30 bucks as well. So I said to myself, you know what? I can get 75-ish for those three items. Excuse me. And then I can get the $150. They pay shipping. They pay for the label, and they pay for the shipping to them as well. So, or they reimburse $10. I forget what it is. I think they almost pay for the shipping all to them. I think it's $10 toward your shipping label. So, you know, if I can get 150, I'm in for 30. So if I get 150 from this company, I don't have to worry about taking a risk. I make 120 bucks, and that's pretty much cash money. Like, there's no fees there involved, right? So it's 120 straight out. And then if I sell the other three items, because I was like, I emailed the lady back, I was like, hey, I don't have the cases or the power supply. Is that a problem? She said, no big deal. Their paperwork says, if you have it, please send it. So if you have it. So I just wanted to confirm with her. I was like, okay. She said, no, just the machines is fine. The offer's still the same. I was like, okay, cool. So if I can squeeze out another 75 bucks maybe on the two cases in the charger, or 60 bucks even for the two cases in the charger, 150 for the other, 210-ish, I'm in for 30. It's still, I can't complain. I can't complain. So think that's where I'm going to go, but I may also try a couple. There's several other companies that do the same thing. So I may try to put in on those and just call them and see, you know, what they offer. Maybe I can get a little bit more out of these machines. But if not, just a little nugget there to let y'all know, if you come across CPAPs from now on, now that I know, I might just pick them up if they're like 10 bucks. It's, you know, if I can get 50, or the Sense 10 is the little bit newer one. That one's getting 100. The older one is like the S8 Elite, and that one's getting 50. But if I come across like the S10s for like $10, and I can ship them to this company for 100, even $20, even $30, because they pretty much pay for the shipping for the most part. $10, it shouldn't cost me. That's per unit, so they're going to give me $20 to ship these two units in. So basically, I mean, they're basically covering the shipping too. So y'all tell me what you think. But you know, you learn something new every day. So that's probably an avenue I'm going to go from now on, and forget doing the whole eBay, trying to risk it. I'd love to get $300 a pop out of them, or $200 a pop. But let's be real, if I get 200 out of them each, yeah, it'd be great, but it's not really worth risking my account. If I wasn't doing full-time eBay, I'd probably keep trying to, you know, one thing I've noticed, you see how my mind goes. The emails I got this time, because I pressed the button a few times on eBay and reposted a few times on both of my accounts. It typically in the past, after the second time, they suspend it, but every time they've just said we've taken it down for whatever, that it could be reviewed is all I think the verbiage, I forget what the verbiage says, but it's all AI now. So unless it actually goes to a person, then I guess you could get that next level of whatever. But I'm curious now how many times you can try to, I'm not going to do it, but I'm curious how many times now you have to put that same item up before they finally flag it where a person looks at it and then shut you down for, you know, 24 or 72 hours. That's usually the first strike, is like 24-hour ban or 72-hour ban or something like that. I've been there before. So I'm not going to do it. But anyway, I'm rambling, and my mail lady's going to be back within the hour. She's gracious enough to come back and get this stuff out of here for me. So let me get to these sales. And then the only other thing I wanted to cover was returns. Returns suck. I don't have any, but I saw somebody talking about returns. We'll do that another day, though. But anyway, hopefully that CPAP thing helped you out a little bit. For folks that are in the area, if you happen to ever come across them, I would say if you're a military town, you'll probably see them regularly. If you're not, I don't know how often CPAP machines are given out to the general public, but I know with military, they're given out, like I said before, like candy. So everybody I know that's military, if they have any sort of sleep issues, they've got a CPAP, man. Now, whether they use it or not, it's a whole different story. But have they been prescribed? Have they been prescribed a CPAP and done the sleep study, or at least, you know, yes. So anyway, including my dad. My dad's got like 3 of them. Actually, you know what? I should need to hit him up, because he does have like 3 machines. Just thought about that. I need to hit him up. He's just got a new one not too long ago. He uses his pretty regularly, but he does have the old machines. They typically don't want them back. Well, at least for him, they haven't wanted them back. I don't know whether he just held on to his too long, and then they were just too old, and they were like, nah, we're good, or whatever. But yeah. So let's get these sales, and let me stop rambling. First thing that sold, about the sales, I had 10 sales. I sold something while we were, just before I jumped on here. I sold Bose remote control. Did they check out already? I got 2. Yes, they checked out. Ship dispatched. All right, cool deal. So let me refresh this. It should show. So I got 11 sales up to this moment right now through the weekend, from starting Friday when I did the last video. So $1,247.36. So that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and half of Monday. Right now it's $1,240. So that's where we're at. So we smashed the weekend, had a wonderful weekend for sales. Total for the week was like 21 something, I think it was, for the week, which is my goal is 1,400 for the week, 200 a day. So smashed my goal for the week, which is great. However, what I don't like is I haven't sold a lot of items. I've just sold some high dollar items, which is great too. But at the end of the day, it kind of still goes back to, I feel like eBay's just not popping like it used to, man. I'm just not, and I know it's the time. I know it's summertime. I know things are slow down time. So I'm not freaking out by any means. You know, I've been around this road many times, but it still is just, it sucks. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got summer around the corner. Things might pop here and there, but for the most part, summer's kind of, it won't be till like the fall again, into you know, that when you start hearing ping, 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 you know, come October-ish, not time frame. But as long as things are steady and we can hit goal, it doesn't really matter. So that's where we're at. And then again, as I mentioned before, if things are low for too long, I for like 3 weeks straight, if I can't hit goal for 3 weeks straight at any point, I am seriously going to start doing cross listing. I'm going to stay away for now because I don't want to get into it. I don't want to deal with it. But that is the next thing, would be cross listing, which I know it's beneficial. It's probably great, and I should be doing it anyway. And at some point, I probably will cave and do it just because it needs to be done. It's just part of the evolution. It's part of, you know, the journey and the process. At some point I need to get into cross-listing and pop stuff through Macari and Posh or whatever other site or whatnot. Not that I'll go live on it, but you can cross-list onto it. So, you know, you get a couple sales a day or a couple sales a week off of them. It's more than you have now. So I understand everything about it. I just, you know, for what works for us and what we already have in place and not want to take on any extra load if we don't need to, that's where I'm at right now. So again, I'm just the average Joe trying to make it. So if I need to step up my game because we're not hitting goal where we need to be, then I got to put a fire under my butt and start, you know, if listing more is not doing it after the first or second week of not hitting goal, by that third week, because trust me, I'll be listing like a machine. All them emergency power games will start going up because like we got to start hitting goal until we start getting to a point where things will start popping again around Christmas and things like that. So I am super rambling. So yeah, so if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to cross this if I don't have to. So first thing that sold, two little straps for the Wii remotes. They sold for like $4 plus shipping. Nothing major. I only have a few of those left, but yeah, $3.59 plus shipping, $5 shipping. So there's that. Pokemon Emerald. So this is something taboo that I did, and you can tell me if you don't like it or if you like it. It's, you know, it is what it is. I was forthcoming, so this is another item that you're not supposed to sell on eBay, which is, I might put that on here, just clickbait, things you're not supposed to sell on eBay. Anyway, because nobody's gonna know what CPAP machines are, probably most people. But anyway, the Pokemon, it's a repop Pokemon. So eBay did catch it once and took it off. I see them all over eBay, so I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna try it again. So I put it right back up and I just put read in the description. And in the description I put down, it does not have I wasn't gonna put repop because the first time I put it was a reproduction. Well, they took that down, reproduction. You can't do that. So I took a picture of the back and then I put in the description, it does not have the four corners or the four squares on the back is all I put. And I put read. So, and then I put in it that it's brand new. Well, it is technically brand new. I would say it's mint. It looks brand spanking new, obviously, because it's a repro. So the person that purchased it was zero feedback. I emailed them twice and said, hey, I just want to confirm, you know, this is a repop. It's not the real thing. Please let me know before I ship it. Sent them 2 messages. They didn't reply. So that's what happens there. That's what happens there. Let's keep our fingers crossed, man. Let's keep our fingers crossed that they don't do a return on it. So, there's that. I'm trying to be a good seller around here. All right, next thing, Game Genie. Game Genie. Where's the old Game Genie at? Yeah, that's a good question. Where did I put the Game Genie at? Let's see. All right, that we may come back to, circle back to. So the other thing that sold was also a PlayStation. Let's see, PlayStation Slim, PS3 Slim. Yes. So this sold for $150 plus shipping. It's the PS3 that's got the sliding door. So it's a bundle, $150 plus shipping. This was a good sale as well. So you got a stack of games there. And then you got the PS3 Slim. Great condition on this one. I really need to keep one of these for myself because I don't have one of the sliding door PS3s. But this is a sliding door PS3. Door slides really well. There you go. So door slides. Nice. So there's that PS3. I will say, in my experience, the PS3 that sells the best is that one. So there's another nugget for you, man. I'm telling you, that PS3, for some reason, I don't know what it is, man, but I always sell that one quick. Compared to all the other PS3s I put up, that one's the best. The other PS3 Slim, or it's the smaller one after the original one, that one doesn't go very well. The original one doesn't go very well. It's the shiny one, unless it's like the backward compatible. I mean, they might sell for like 70, 80 bucks if it's, you know, that model, and if it's not backwards compatible. So with that by itself, I can usually sell for $120 without the game bundles and stuff with it. So, and bundle games with your systems, clean them up, make them look good, clean up your systems, tie up your things, make it look nice. You know, if you want to get a premium out of systems, you know, clean out your controllers, make them look nice, get all that grime and from all the cracks and the edges. It's a pain. I really need to get a brush and do it, make it easier on myself. What I normally do is I just use my nail and I, with with a Clorox wipe, and I just use my nail and I usually all the way down in that crack, and just so much crud and nasty comes out. I probably need to get a brush, because anyway, that's I mean, they're not perfect, I will say that they're not absolutely perfect, but they are 90% better as far as that grime and nasty. So all I'm saying is, you know, if you want to command premium out of your stuff, you gotta do it right. Next thing that sold was Wii Sports. Disc only. Wii Sports. All right, Wii Sports disc only. I wonder where. I wonder where the Game Genie went. I swear I had it over here. But anyway, I'll find it. Wii Sports sold for $21 plus shipping. So I always put games. I always hold on to like old crap cases that are all bent up or crap, or movie ones that's anyway. When you do a lot of game reselling, you come across a lot of cases. So there you go. And I always ship them like that in a case. Pair of shoes, Nike Zoom, sold for $15 plus shipping. Let's see, Nike Zoom. Got it. All my shoes are in bins right there. Okay. All right. Nike Zoom shoes. There you go. Nike Zooms. Sold for actually $13 plus shipping. I probably picked these up. Not a good pickup, obviously, but I probably picked these up for $2 to $5. I wouldn't have paid more than $5. So $2 to $5, obviously not a good pickup, but it's out of here. So still made a few bucks. Next thing I sold was Playmate figure lots. Playmate figure lots. So I was at a sale. Sometimes I go through toys and things like that, because Lego men are, if you don't know, now you know, little Lego men, like the Star Wars ones and some of those more rare ones. Typically, you'll come across a yard sale that just has a bunch of Legos just spread out, or toys, kids' toys, and these kind of guys, these little Lego guys, these Playmate toys, and just so sometimes if it looks interesting and intriguing, I'll go through it and start checking out. And in this case, I wouldn't do this again. I wouldn't get the Playmates again. Some of them are worth money, but this sold for like, I don't know, where was it? $6 plus shipping. So that wasn't worth it. I think I got them the whole lot of toys. It was this and a bunch of other toys for maybe $2-3. It wasn't much. It's like 10 cents a piece, or just the whole thing for. Yeah, I didn't spend much, but I wouldn't do that again. But Legos, I've done that several times, because those are usually where you find stuff, is in the piles of that kind of stuff. So, and then as I'm in that kind of stuff, those piles of that kind of stuff, that's why I end up start lotting things together, because if I'm already wasting time doing this, then I might as well start plucking out things that are like items. So like, for example, they had a bunch of these guys, so I started kind of making a pile of all these guys, and I made a bunch of pile of like the little Lego guys, made a bunch of pile of like little G.I. Joe guys that they had in there. So because they had more of those, I start saying to myself, okay, well, onesie twosie's not worth it. But as you start building up those piles and you got a bunch of them, then now you got something you can put on eBay and work with, especially when you're getting them for like $1 or $2, for the pile kind of thing, because they're just like, yeah, it's fine, like I don't know, $2 or whatever, it's fine. It's like, okay, cool. Well, this was $6. I remember the Legos I sold out of there was like $50. I picked those up a while back, but then the G.I. Joe ones I sold for like, I don't know, I think I had like 12 G.I. Joe guys, sold for like $10. It wasn't nothing major, but again, if I'm in that zone and I'm in that pile, I'm now trying to make $1. So that's just what goes through my mind is, all right, let me start plucking some of these out. What I'm looking for is Legos or maybe something else that catches my eye, Star Wars stuff or little things like that. But if I don't see those, then I start the next thing. Same thing with plush. Sometimes if I see a big old thing of plush, I'll go through it, because if you do the items of, like yesterday, I put up 11 of the 20-inch dolls from the Disney store. So one of them go for like, I don't know, 10 or 15 bucks. Is it worth it? Not usually, because I don't really mess with plush. But when I see a lot of them and the same ones, now I can put it up as a lot. They usually want $1 a piece for them. $9 for the pair, for all not sold. Will you take 8? Yeah, or 7? Sure. They just want to get rid of them, and then I can put them up in a lot, and those will sell better that way than onesie twosie. I've done that with like the Muppets. I've come across a set yard sale that had all the Muppets, and she had a lot of all the Muppets, and it was like, I don't know, nine or 10 of those. Sold those for like $140 for the lot. So that's where the gears go at that point. I'm not usually going for plush, but when I see of like kinds where I can stack them and lump them together in a lot, then I get intrigued and I'll take a look. But usually if there's just some plush in a bin or a box, and, you know, a couple, I don't mess with it. Now, if it's Care Bear stuff, I typically will. It seems like Care Bears, and I don't know anything about plush, so I'm sure there's a ton of other plushes too. It's just in my experience, what I know is if I come across Care Bear, I usually pick them up for $1 or $2, because I've used, typically Care Bears will sell for 15 to 20 depending on the character. And then there's been a couple Care Bears I've picked up. I've got one up right now that's up for like $200, $150. I've sold a couple that are upwards in that like $60 to $100 range. So Care Bears are weird, man. I don't know why, but I've come across some Care Bears that when I get home and look them up, I'm like, holy cow, what the world? Okay, that's crazy. So anyway, next thing that sold is one of my big sales. One of my big sales of the weekend was, if you don't know, if I mentioned it before, I bought my buddy's game collection. Actually, I did a trade with him for cash and a football helmet for his childhood game collection. I kept quite a bit for myself, and I've been selling quite a bit as well. This finally sold, which was all of his, Virtual Boy, all in the box with the case still in it, the cardboard insert, and the like the instruction manuals. But it doesn't have the games. The games were not in there. But believe it or not, this is just another adapter set and just all the games. It also has the poster for Virtual Boy. This sold for $4.25 plus shipping. It's just the cardboard for the games, man. So, but whoever has the games, that super increases their collection value, because those are super hard to come by, and they're all pretty much in very nice condition. Like, honestly, condition sensitive, man. Like, I probably should have had them up for more. I had them up for $500. The guy offered me $350. I countered at $425, and he took it. I probably should have went $475 and held firm. Too close to the $5, because you just don't come across that kind of stuff in that condition as well. I mean, I've been doing this a while with just video games, and you don't come across video. I actually asked him, I was like, where's your Virtual Boy? Do you have the Virtual Boy games and the Virtual Boy itself? He's like, yeah, I got them somewhere, man, but I don't know where all that stuff's at. He said, it's at my parents' maybe. Maybe my sister has it. And I was just like, oh, man. He said, because he had a storage unit full of all his stuff. And so what he had is what he had. If it's in the family still, it's either at his parents or at his sister's, he said. And he said it's possible that either one of them have it, but he wouldn't know when he could have a chance to go figure that out. So I've been teeter-totter to keep those in the event he gets back with me down the pipe. But then it's also like, I also want to recoup my funds from the deal. So, you know, it's for now, it's whatever. It is what it is. And maybe down the road, I'll kick myself and be like, man, I should have kept all those Virtual Boy things. But anyway, $4.25 plus shipping. Next big sale was digital camera. Digital camera. I think it's on the other side. Oh, no, they're right here. This is this one right here. So this is, I got these last yard sale season. I didn't put them up till maybe 2 months ago. They've just been sitting in one of my piles. So Canon, has this got the 2 lenses? Yes. So it's the whole setup on a Canon SL, I forget what model it is, but I bought these from a lady at a yard sale for $100. She had 2 of them. This one's got the extra lens. Obviously, if you don't know, I always put in the extra memory cards because I buy them in bulk and put them in with electronics and things like that. Switches, cameras, things like that. Yeah. It's got the charger. Anyway, another lens. So for $350 plus shipping. So and the bag, of course, and all the hookups, instructions. I'd say it's nearly new. It's pretty nice. So there's that. That was our next big sale that happened while I was at the beach, man. I was ecstatic. I was like, oh man, we had 2 huge sales on at the beach. Yeah. The last 2 things that sold was a hat. Atlanta Braves hat sold for $9 plus shipping. So a little Nike Atlanta Braves. And then the last thing that sold was the remote control, which I believe is in here. Oh, there's the Game Genie. Oh, look at that. Oh, here's the Game Genie. That sold for $32. Game Genie and the booklet. That's what I was missing. So there's that. That sold for $32, right? I believe. $32 plus $10 shipping on that. And then the next thing that sold was, as I was jumping on camera, the Bose remote control for $25 plus shipping. So don't sleep on Bose remotes, man. Don't sleep on Bose remotes. All right, so that's that. That's the sales. Like I said, we hit right about 2,100 for the week. Over the weekend, $1,247.36. So $1,247.36. Not too bad. Actually, that's very good for me, at least. You know, just your average Joe around here trying to make it. So if I can do it, you can do it. I'll say that. That's for sure. So hopefully you got a little something out of the video. I'm gonna get this stuff packed up. Hopefully by the time my mail lady gets here, I can do it kind of quick. Not a ton of big stuff, which is good. Shouldn't take me too long. And then I'm going to go grab some lunch. So there's that. Jersey Mike's. If y'all know, now you know. I do Jersey Mike's almost every day. So there's that. I'll be back tomorrow unless we have no sales. As of right now, the only sale was the remote. And that's where we'll start tomorrow. Unless we have no sales, then you'll see me on Wednesday. So I hate saying it that way. I wish I could say you'll see me tomorrow, but these sales, man, it's up and down. But hopefully your sales are going well. Hopefully you had a great weekend. And you're picking and your finds or you're finding some good stuff. That's always you know, and hopefully I can help along the way. Just some of the things that I get that can help you, and maybe some of the ways I do things can maybe help you. And again, drop comments. Let me know what y'all think. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and make sure you subscribe. We will see y'all tomorrow.